Hello everyone, my name is Caden Scher, and today we're going to be talking about a place that I think is worth knowing about, and that's Baffin Bay, Texas. The Texas coast is known for its seafood, fishing, and continuous flow of tourism. When most people are asked about the Texas coast, many people refer to Galveston or Port Aransas. Now, while these places are great places, there's only one place that holds the true definition of what the Texas coast is to me, and that place is Baffin Bay. Baffin Bay is located 70 miles south of Corpus Christi and is 100 square miles large. Baffin is a super cool place that I grew up fishing at. I grew up spending my winters there duck hunting, and I learned to chase trophy trout there through the springs and the falls, there on its shorelines over in Rocky and those areas. And one of the really cool things about Baffin is on the southwest shoreline, there are these things called the worm rocks. And what the worm rocks are is, according to Texas Parks and Wildlife, they are rocks that are anywhere from 1 to 3 feet off the seafloor. And what they are is they are organic matter left behind by giant tube worms about 3,000 years ago. Now, these rocks are super cool because they're only found in Baffin Bay because of the extremely high salinity levels in Baffin. And they are preserved because of the salinity levels. They're really big attributor to the ecosystem there with the fish and the crustaceans and everything else. And if you have a really nice boat, you might want to stay away from them. Another huge thing with Baffin is its ecosystem. According to Cron.com, Baffin Bay has the highest salinity levels of anywhere in the Gulf of Mexico and the Texas coast on the coastline. So the normal salinity levels for the Texas coast can be anywhere between 20 to 28 parts per thousand salinity. Now, the Gulf of Mexico itself, the ocean when you go to the beach, the ocean, that the Gulf of Mexico itself is only 35 parts per thousand salinity level. Now, Baffin Bay is known because it is actually has the most salinity level of anywhere else on the Texas coast. It has anywhere from 45 to 55 parts per thousand salinity. Now, the high salinity levels there allow for a lot of different things to happen, including the amount of seagrass there. So seagrass is a really big part of the Texas coast and the ecosystem, especially with the fisheries and the wildlife. One of the things that the seagrass supports is the green sea turtles. Green sea turtles were threatened not that long ago, and they still are threatened today because of the people that hunted them. But they've been able to rebound because of the high amount of food that's in the Baffin Bay system. Another thing is Texas starfish. They can only thrive in relatively high salinity levels, so they were able to thrive in Baffin because of the ecosystem there. Pufferfish is another thing found in the lower Laguna Madre and the mid Laguna Madre, and that's where Baffin lies. So that's another really cool thing that's able to live there. A really cool fact about Baffin Bay is it's one of the migration points for some of the final manatees on the Texas coast to stop because of the extreme amount of seagrass there. They have lots of food, they have lots of forage, so they stop there annually to get food. Fishing is not the only thing that lives in the Baffin area. Large amounts of white-tailed deer, javelinas, and ducks claim its shores. Nilgai are an invasive antelope that also claim areas to the coastline and the prairies that surround Baffin Bay. Also, the waterfowl there. The waterfowl is extremely popular in the lower Laguna Madre, whether it be pintail or redheads. The waterfowl is able to live off of the grass that it gives them. So that's another huge thing about the ecosystem there. The fishery is awesome. That's where I kind of grew up fishing in that area. That's where I learned a lot about fishing. And it's really, Baffin Bay in itself has really taught me to target bigger fish and also to fish in different ways and fish for what the fish are wanting and not what you want to fish for. So whether it be cold water, you need to be fishing deeper where the water is a little bit warmer instead of up on the shallow flats where you prefer the fish to be. Baffin Bay is, like I said, known for its astounding fishery. All the things you can find there are redfish, trout, flounder, snook. Snook thrive there because its accessibility to extremely salinity water to its fresher waters is very close because they're able to reach the Arroyo River. So snook need a very defined line between fresh and salt water, and they're able to live there because of that. Also, black drum thrive there as well. In addition, it holds the largest number of trophy-sized speckled trout in Texas, according to Texas Parks and Wildlife. In conclusion, Baffin Bay is a sportsman paradise. Because of its placement and seclusion, a very select amount of fishermen know its waters with the knowledge of all its possibilities. Because of its history, its ecosystem, and its fishery, I believe that Baffin Bay is most definitely a place that's worth knowing about. Thank you.